Hey you guys, it's your girl Miss D with Charmed by Be Elite. I am blessed to have the opportunity to interview R&B singer Omar Wilson. Omar Wilson is no stranger to the music scene and has been performing in New York City and Connecticut clubs for over a decade. He's opened for artists like Boyz II Men and the Neville Brothers. He grew up in Norwalk, Connecticut, and some of his influences include Sam Cooke, Donny Hathaway, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, James Brown, Lauryn Hill, Mary J. Blige, and old-time soul acts like the Delphonics. His music speaks to his own personal experiences growing up in an urban environment, bridging the gap between hip-hop and soul. Omar is a three-time Apollo winner and was named Best R&B Male of the Year for 2 consecutive years at the Underground Music Awards held by B.B. King's in New York City. He has recorded with multi-platinum selling artist Angie Stone and DMX, featuring them on songs that he wrote. The track he recorded with Miss Stone is Get to Know You Better. Angie Stone was quoted saying, "Working with Omar Wilson came naturally and he is one to watch." DMX is one of the only rappers to have 5 consecutive albums go #1 on the billboards and rarely recorded with singers. Omar and DMX released a single called Faith, and they connected on the track instantaneously, which is audibly tangible. Omar's personality and voice is contagious. He leaves a long-standing impression wherever he goes, sings, and with whomever he meets. Again, it is my pleasure to interview Mr. Omar Wilson, A.K.A. the Black Sinatra. There you go. How
What's up,
are you,
pretty lady?
sir?
What's happening?
Nothing much. Excited about this.
Yeah, as am I. I apologize for a little bit of delay. You know, it's always something, but we work through it.
Hey, no problem. I know you're busy.
Oh, you as well. Well, I appreciate it. I'm never too busy for people like yourself that take the time out to show me love. So thank you. Thank you.
That's what's up. Thank you. So how long do I have you?
As long as you need me right now. I got about an hour, half an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't got that much to talk about, but we'll see how it goes.
I just got this little space, so I got about an hour here, and I got to make the move. So.
Okay, I'm not going to hold you, but thank you again for taking the time. Can't wait to meet you in person. My team and I, we are just excited that you're coming to Cleveland. I don't know if you've seen the billboard. Like, we're doing it big.
Come on now. Come on. Yo, I want to know, can someone take a video of the actual billboard so I can post it on my gram? Like, you know what I mean?
I have it.
Yeah. Please. Send that to me so I can just get that out there to the people, because that's a big deal. And I just want to show where the love is so people understand how they need to spread the same love the same way. Like, you guys are setting the precedent, and I appreciate you for that.
That's what's up. I love that. Well, I want to jump right in because, like I said, I know you're busy and I just want to kind of get going. I do want to let you know that this interview is a little different from the ones you've done before. I may ask some questions that you've already answered, but I try to be a little bit different. I want to hear from you what the people want to hear about. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Can you hear me clearly? Am I?
No, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfect. I just want to make sure I'm good to go.
All right. That's what's up. So when I heard you were a 3-time Apollo winner, I could only imagine how scary that experience is. And I laughed at myself because my husband used to be in a singing group. And back in the 90s, he used to be in a singing group, and they were afforded an opportunity to go on the Apollo. And he told me about the green room and how scary that is. He told me about the good luck stump, and the funny thing is he forgot to rub the stump, and he thinks that's why they lost.
Wait, hold up. Let me wipe the beard on that. So I'm going to tie into that. So, okay, my first time. Okay, first of all, the Apollo is the most amazing experience that you can have for an artist, period. To be booed off the Apollo is still legendary and an honor, because every single individual that you could think of that is legendary to this day has been through there and has given their talent, you know what I mean, in one way, shape, or form. So my Miss Kathy actually was her name. Was the lady that really kind of got you prepped, brought you down to the green room, told you about the Apollo experience, about the highs and the lows, and how the booing is a part of just the vibe.
Yeah.
So my first time winning, a little girl, probably about 11 years old, had went on before me, and they booed her off the stage. And she comes running past me crying.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm next. I'm like, oh. I said, they booed the 12-year-old girl. It's a wrap for me. I'm finished. It's over. So with God's grace, I ended up getting through the first round. And the second round, I came out with a little more confidence because I had done it before, still nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came out, I forgot to rub the stump.
Oh.
So I go out there, I'm singing, same song, and the boo started low, like, boo, 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 boo. I'm like, yo, and I'm seeing people's faces. And I'm like, what did I do wrong? So I think it was the bass player. Yells, rub the stump. I look back at him, he's playing, he yelled, rub the stump.
Oh, no.
So I ended up going over rubbing the stump, and people started cheering, and I won that time as well. But that's how serious playing with that stump. That's not a game, man. That was, I believe, the first tree cut there. So it's like ceremonial. It's like, telling someone's mother how you doing when you walk in their house.
Right. Oh my goodness. But yeah, he tells that story. So to hear you just confirm the whole thing about the stump, that's scary.
Don't play.
You said don't play.
The stump is like the mother of the Apollo. You would not say nothing to nobody mama when you walk in their house.
Right.
So you put it in that perspective.
Goodness.
Shout out to the Apollo too, man. Thank you for everything they've done for me and many other artists, all over the world.
Do you know if they're back open to the public?
I believe they are. I mean, I don't know, with all these different things happening in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Who knows? But, everybody is just trying to get back to the level of normalcy we had before this foolishness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
So moving on. So I also read that you recorded with Angie Stone and DMX. Can you tell me what that was like, working with both of them?
Well, Angie Stone, shout out to Angie Stone. It was amazing for me because it was really kind of in the transformation stages of me really executing as a songwriter, arranger, and things of that nature. So I had some ideas for the record, but I wanted to get her expertise on it, you know what I mean? Just so I could learn as well, but not just come with nothing. So she doesn't think that I don't have that type of ability. Mm-hmm. So I wrote the hook, and I think my first 8 bars, and then we went in and wrote the song together. And not only did she make it so comfortable for me as a new artist and treat me just as someone that was multi-platinum that she knew for years, but I learned so much about her arrangements. Like a lot of the stuff that you hear on that record vocally are what she brought to the table, and it just taught me about different aspects of songwriting, how to get the best out your vocal, different harmonies, and doing a record efficiently. So it was a great experience. It's definitely to this day, one of the best records I've done, which is the record on my current album, Living Legend, which you can get everywhere. Okay. Available on all streaming platforms and all that. Yes. As far as X is concerned, there was a record that I had, and my management at that time knew Dame Grease and knew that I wanted to get X on the record. So I had my vocals cut, and then they were flown down to, I believe, Arizona, where he was living at that time. And then he cut his vocals. I wasn't blessed to be in the studio per se with him when we did the record, but when the vocals came back, it definitely was a testament that he listened to the song and that he put something in there that would match the vibe of the record. So that, once again, RIP to the Grand Master, the icon DMX. And it's an honor, a blessing, a pleasure to be, one of only a few singers, R&B artists that were able to do records with him.
Absolutely. I read that also that, he didn't do too many records with singers. So, but
Right.
it sounds like you had an amazing experience with both. Even though you wasn't present right there, this presence is still an amazing experience to be able to work with somebody like DMX. But if you had,
Icon.
yeah, absolutely. But if you had the opportunity to work with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Tupac.
Tupac. Okay, why?
I mean, he's been one of my biggest inspirations. I actually was in a rap group prior. Well, I started out singing in church, and then about 14, 15, started running the streets, doing that thing. Joined the rap group, did the rap thing for a while, started learning how to write songs in the rap group, because I was writing the hooks for the rap songs. And then I started writing songs over rap beats. And my subject matter was always widely scaped. It was kind of almost never about love songs and singing about ladies and all that. I mean, I love women, and they're one of my best attributes in life. But I felt like there was just so many more issues and things going on in the world to sing about. And that's one thing about Pop. He could do Hit 'Em Up, he could do Brenda's Had a Baby, he could do Dear Mama. There was always different facets to the way that he penned his songs. And that was the way that, when I started writing, and to this day, it was always different, whether it's first person, whether I'm talking about my own personal story, I'm speaking about somebody out in the world, or just writing a dope story about, something that I know it will attach itself to a lot of people. That's always been part of me. That's why I would pick Pac, because he was so diverse. And, that's why he'll live forever.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite of all time as well. I really love Tupac.
Hey, great minds think alike, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's what's up. So I mentioned, my husband is really into music, and he spends a lot of time on YouTube and just really staying up on music, really loving and missing R&B. So when he came across Secret Garden, he's like, "Babe, you gotta come see this. You gotta see this and check out the new guy." You know what I mean? We're
wow.
like, wow.
Salute to the homie. Tell the homie I said salute. You know what I mean?
I will. But we watched the video, and it was just like goosebumps. And not just because you're before me right now, but because it was just refreshing to see R&B on its way back, because we lost it. I'm just gonna be honest, we lost R&B, but you guys are bringing it back. You yourself, you're bringing it back. But can you talk a little bit about working with the guys, and how that even came up? How did that project come to be?
Well, Secret Garden is actually my record. It's the first single off of a new album that I'm putting out real soon, called Omar Wilson Sings the Classics, which is a classic album that I'm putting out to pay homage to some of the greatest R&B and soul voices, ever. Everybody from David Ruffin to Donny Hathaway. So I have been pushing for R&B and soul music forever. You know what I'm saying? I've kind of been the enigma in the shadows, per se. Pretty much everybody knows who I am in the industry, but throughout the world, it's really been hard to push myself to where I am right now and where I'm going, because they were trying to shun R&B for so long. I don't think it ever died. It was just put in a space for a bunch of reasons, which I don't want to get into all that because it'll get too deep.
Yeah.
But so I knew that it was going to take a record to really put me into the forefront and get people finally, once and for all, to see who I am, what I bring to the table, and what I deserve that A-list shot and appearance.
Yes.
So when we talked about Secret Garden, it was like, if we do this record wrong, it could destroy my career. But if done correctly, it could definitely be in addition to already a classic and phenomenal and legendary song. So of course, no risk, no reward. And I actually met Raheem DeVaughn in LA a couple years back. I was nominated for Outstanding New Artist at the NAACP Image Awards. Ended up linking up with the homie, chopped it with him, told him I was all, one, salute to him, a big fan of his work. And, I always want to learn from greatness. They say to become great, learn from greatness. So we chopped it up, exchanged math, You know what I mean? And it was probably about a year later that the situation came about and the idea presented itself, and I embarked in, you know, my label BSC, we embarked on trying to figure out what was the right fit for the record, just to make sure that, you know, we didn't do it, we did it justice, and we paid homage to it in the correct way. So reached out to Rod, you know, he thought it was a dope idea. We sent him the track, he laid his vocals, they came back. Then we were trying to figure out where the next components would come in. I believe my publicist and Sean Stockman have the same publicist, so that's how that kind of linked up. When he mentioned Sean, he was like, "Oh, come on, man, that's a no-brainer." You know what I'm saying? That's like asking Michael Jordan to play with you, you know, on the court. What you gonna say? Of course. So,
right.
You know what I mean? So, and then Cisco, I believe, my current manager knew his manager or one of his people. It linked up between that. I mean, there was a couple other people floating around that we had ideas for, but you know that this is who God wanted to be on the record, and I believe everybody did an amazing job. I think we paid homage to the record accordingly, and it's an honor for this song to be my lead single to really show the world who Omar Wilson always was.
Yeah.
But I just needed the right light shined on me to show that the new guy, you know what I mean, is just as dope as the senior veterans.
Absolutely. And you held your own. You really did. Like, you looked like you had been up there with them for years. Like, that was probably the best remake, everything, you know, hands down. And there's so many things I appreciate about the song and the video. And so I don't know how videos work and all that. I can only kind of speculate, you know, based on what we see on TV. But one of the things I appreciated was the style. Like, you guys brought back the style and class back to R&B. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that reminds me of, you know, how we used to watch for Boyz II Men and what outfits they were going to wear when they perform. Now it kind of seemed like they got away from that, and it kind of went more back to kind of hip-hoppy-ish. You know, they're trying to fit in that boat, in my opinion. But to see you guys like styled up, you know, and the black and all of that was so classy. And then I've noticed also in your photos, you're a very stylish guy, you know. So I'm wondering, do you style yourself, or do you have a stylist?
I do have a stylist. I mean, I love to wear black, as you can see. You know what I mean? I do always love style. They say, you know, they see you before they hear you, so your appearance presents you, you know what I mean? But as far as, you know, I want to present that, the classy, the upscale, the gangster and the gentleman type of vibe, to let, whether it's the cat on the street or it's the cat in the office, let them know that you can be the same person, you know what I mean? And the way you dress, it presents who you are, you know, and it makes you feel good. And like you said, it makes the ladies smile, so that's always a plus. And I mean, the Black Sinatra, I want to represent class. I want to represent masculinity. I represent alpha maleism. You know what I mean? So I have to portray, propel, and exude that. And,
oh, wow.
You know, it's definitely an honor to, you know, be on the forefront of bringing R&B back in a way where it's sexy, it's edgy, you know, it's strong, and emotional and passionate the way it should be. You know, I think that's also why it kind of got away for a minute, because, not to say it got boring, but you know, you need a little bit of excitement in your life. You need a little bit of, you know, class and mystique, and you know, and that's really what keeps everything from a relationship to the intensity of loving and liking someone going. You know what I mean? It's always wondering what's going to happen next, and that's what I want to bring to the table, is put that excitement, put a little bit of progression, you know, some more emotion back into it, and really show the ladies that I'm here to hug and squeeze and take care of them. You know what I mean?
Well, see, that leads me to my next thing I appreciated about the video, and I told my husband that every time I saw it, I appreciated the fact that the women that you guys chose, you know, to be in the video with you, they represented natural beauty. They didn't represent the over-the-top, overdone, you know, lashes and hair down to your butt kind of ladies. They look like they could actually be, you know, with you guys.
Your woman. There you go. But that's what it needs to be. It needs to feel like, and I appreciate you saying that as a woman,
Yeah.
because it needs to feel like you can be, or they can be, or any woman across this world can feel like they can be that woman, and that's the way that a woman should feel. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
thank you for that confirmation. Even though I did just get somebody leave a comment on one of my Instagram posts about the video, saying that we didn't use any dark-skinned women. And I'm like, what? First of all, we used the chocolate girl, Cisco's girl. And every female had a different hue. But you know, you can't please everybody, so I get it. I mean, she said I like the song, but I didn't like the video. I said, all right, I mean, what you gonna do? Maybe you like the next one. But
one out of a million.
You know, and that was the whole perspective, whole objective is to show every woman on that. You know, shout out, you know, to the homie Derek Blanks, the producer, and everybody that was a part of it, because that was one thing that he made sure that was adamant, that we show every hue of the beauty of women.
Absolutely. Well, that was definitely one thing I appreciated. I'm sorry, I'm moving because it's starting to get dark.
That's okay. Take your time.
But yeah, I talk about that every time I see it, because that's definitely one of the things that stood out for me. I work with women, you know, part of the pageantry, and I'll tell you all about it when I meet you in person, but just a little bit, is it's not the beauty pageants that you always see. We represent the everyday woman. So that's why I really was attached to that. Like our beauty pageants for women is for 25 and older. And for the last 3 years, I've had a 75-year-old rocking the stage. So
you better go ahead and do that. Age ain't got no gauge. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Age ain't got no gauge. That's one of my father's, God rest his soul, saying. It's what you believe. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So I want to move into some of your music, because like I said, after my husband introduced me to you, I just got a little
Shout out
bit of
Shout out to the homie. What's his name?
His name is Mitch.
Okay, Big Mitch, man. Tell me I appreciate you, my brother. Well, thank you for the support. Word up.
Yeah, so I, you know, every day I ask Alexa to play Omar Wilson. So I think I've gotten a chance to hear a lot of your songs, and I've been listening for the last few months since I've been, you know, getting you to Cleveland and all that good stuff. And I just wanted to talk to you about the fact that it seems like you have songs for everybody. And so some things that pop out for me is like the groove and the one. When I hear those songs, it makes me think of Steppers, right? We're like right around the corner from Detroit, so it's a big culture here. And when I think about those two songs, it reminds me of the Steppers. Like, what did you have in mind when you were coming up with the concept for those songs?
Well, see, there's so many different layers to the songs that I've written and what I bring to the table. It's just that you can't roll everything out at one time, or you don't brand yourself, and people get confused and they think you don't know what you're doing, you're just doing everything. But I cannot wait to continue to build the relationship with my music, with you guys. You know, album after album, things that come up, so I can just continue to keep even more, reaching out more. You know, back to the Tupac thing. It's so many different facets. I mean, he had Gangsta Party, he had records that made you move. So it's all about the emotions of life, and there are so many emotions. So if you sing about one thing, I mean, even though you know you focus on one thing, that could be a lucrative situation as well. But I feel like my objective is to touch the world. You know, it starts with love. You know what I mean? So love is relationship, is loving your significant other, is finding out how to love, who to love, and loving yourself first and foremost. You know, but there's going to be so much music that I want to bring to the table, and I appreciate you talking about the groove, because that's so I want to get the people and not only partying, but give them something that they've been missing. And I mean, not to get the brother no light, but since R. Kelly's been missing, there really hasn't been any records that I've heard that were in that vein. So I talked to my production team, and shout out to BSC Recordings, and told them I wanted to do a record in that vein, and they cooked something up, and I penned to it, you know, wrote to it, and it became a dope song, and you know, now we have the groove. And I mean, I still need to I gotta get my two-step down correct, you know, so I wrote the record, I'm still learning the two-steps, so, you know, I might need some lessons, somebody when I get out there. You know
Well,
what I mean?
we got you covered. We got you
Word up.
covered.
And
So
then
just don't be surprised if they get up while you singing the groove. You know, that's part of your performance or whatever. You start singing the groove. Don't be alarmed if they get up and do a couple two steps in the.
I need that. We filming all that. You mess around, they're gonna be in the next video. So make sure that step is right. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Word
yes.
up. That's what
They will definitely get you together.
Oh, then I will definitely be performing the groove. Please believe it. You know what I mean? And then once I learned the culture of just stepping, you know what I mean? It's so smooth, it's so gangster, but it's beautiful, it's elegant, you know what I mean? So I'll probably do a couple more records in that vein, just to give the people what they've been missing, man. That's what it's all about right now. We've already been missing R&B as a whole, and now I want to just make sure that I touch every aspect of what R&B has been missing and give it to y'all.
Well, I think you're doing an amazing job, sir. With that in mind, what can Cleveland look forward to with your performance?
Man, they can look forward to an explosive, fun, a stress relief. Me personally, to finally be able to interact with people is one thing. That's a blessing in itself. Two, to finally be able to show the love back to people that is going to be a blessing and a pleasure in itself. And I mean, I love making them smile. I mean, it's definitely going to be a treat.
Oh, thank you.
You know, whether they would not, they special late that night.
Yes. Well, we're gonna have a
let
great
them
one.
know that they have a representative. You know what I mean? Like when you singing to when you talking to your lady, or you want to give her the right message, or you're looking for the right words to say, come to your boy the Black Sinatra. I have no problem being your translator for making sure that the love stays correct.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I'm definitely gonna let them know.
Stays right. Hey,
I'm definitely gonna let them know.
Come to me. I'll give the game for free. Just make sure you download, stream that music, follow me, subscribe to me, and leave a comment on that YouTube and Instagram. And I'm good.
Yes, and I'm gonna definitely put all of those links in this video so that when people see it, they know exactly where to follow you at. Before I let you go, so two more things I want to do. One, I want you to tell us about this 6-city Secret Garden tour that's coming up. What cities y'all hitting?
I believe that they're still interchanging some stuff, but I think we're doing Texas, we're doing Atlanta, we're going to be in Florida. The Atlanta show, I'm not sure about that one yet, but they said that they wanted to, already there's a bunch of promoters that want to book like 15 more dates, so I believe we're going to be everywhere in a couple seconds. This first 5 to 7 cities is really going to start a wave to let everybody know that they need a Secret Garden tour in their town, in their region, in their city, you know, so we can give everybody that love, and they can finally, for once and for all, see us perform Garden live and make sure all the ladies have been missing.
Yes. Well, I can't wait. I'm one of your new best friends now, so I'm gonna be waiting on them tickets if y'all come anywhere close to Cleveland. Can you hear me?
Oh, we are not Miss West, the whole vibe. Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. You sound.
Okay, it sounds like everything's kind of slowing down on my end.
Now you good. You sound perfect.
Oh, good. Okay, well, like I said, I know you're busy. I know you gotta go, but it's something I love to do with interviews, and that's what I call a quick fire. And so I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions, and the first answer that comes to mind, I need you to answer. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, you ready?
Here
Don't think about it. Just give me an answer. All right. What's your favorite part of being a celebrity? Oh man, you froze.
Okay, I'm gonna say it again. I said meeting new people.
Great. Biggest pet peeve?
made a mess.
Frosted Flakes or Apple Jacks?
Frosted Flakes with the sugar on top. And I put the milk in first and keep pouring in the flakes. Yeah, man, you gotta be efficient. You gotta be efficient with your flakes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Efficient flakes. Yeah.
Pepsi or Coke?
Pepsi or Coke, man.
You gotta think about that.
Coke.
No.
I know, cause I go with Pepsi, man. I'm going with Coke. Coke is raw because before Coke was Coke, they was using the real stuff. So, you know what I mean? I rock with people that go straight to the source. You know what I mean?
I'll feel you.
Coke's the underdog. I'm the underdog. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
I'm the sixth man off the bench that's about to move like Michael Jordan. So I know what it feels like to be the underdog. I'm going with Coke.
Well, speaking of the source, we doing dark liquor or light liquor?
Dark liquor. I'm a black man. You hear this voice?
Okay.
Come on, man.
Your favorite movie?
Dark liquor. Menace to Society.
Really?
Yeah.
Last thing you ate?
You gotta be straight. All right. Should I plead the fifth on that one? Hold on.
You might have to after that response.
Okay, I'm gonna go with sushi then.
Okay. Last song you listen to?
Last song I listened to. Hit 'Em Up, Tupac.
Okay. And here's my last question. Stokely or Wanye?
Oh, Wanye, man. You know I gotta go with the team. You can't have no question like that. You know what I mean? I got Sean Stockman behind me with the double barrel shotgun. I don't want to answer anything other than Wanye. Of course.
That's
Wanye
what's up. Well, that's a big debate in my house, so I have to know what team.
Now, Stokely the God, though.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Pretty brown eyes, you know, I see, girl. That was my joint.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, again, Omar, I thank you so much for taking the time to do this. Again, I can't wait to meet you in person. I can't wait to hear you perform in person. I just can't wait for your interaction with the ladies. By the way, can you just give them some encouraging words? They're like 3 weeks away. Their nerves are high. Just tell them it's going to be okay.
I just tell them, don't be scared. Talk to me, baby, baby.
Yes. I'm sure going to share that with them. So now you're going to have them at your door trying to get in there.
Amen. Tell them if they hurt me, they got to help me. As long as they take care of me, after they do what they got to do with me, I'll be all right. You know what I'm saying?
You might have started something.
That's my job is to start things. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I'm the call me the chocolate agitator. Chocolate
agitator. Love it. I love it. Well, again, thank you so much. Shout out to BSC Recordings. Am I saying that right?
BSC Recordings at the label. Salute to the label. Tell your husband I said thank the big homie for all the love and blessings, man. I appreciate him. And hey, man, I look forward to making him proud and you know, making everybody proud when they leave here so they go home and have a great night.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
Word up.
But thank you again. We'll see you in a few weeks.
Definitely. And make sure you send me that video of the billboard so I could post that to the world what time it is out there in Cleveland.
Got you. All right. Thank you so much. You have a good one.
Appreciate you, baby. You as well.
Bye-bye.